Hey everybody, welcome to the Jeeple podcast night edition. We're live.
Oh yeah, big time.
We're live with my good friend Eric and me.
I'm exhausted today.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't know why. I was sitting on my chair, and then you texted, and I was like, I forgot I was going to do that. It's only been a couple hours since we talked about it, and I was like, oh yeah, gotta do that.
Sorry,
Better wake up.
I needed you.
Well, so I got a Coke Zero, and I'm good.
There you go. Yeah, just don't do that nonsense. I got
What
my
nonsense?
Dr. Pepper.
It's the same thing.
Thing lately is Dr. Peppers.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I went a long time without them, and I found them again, and I think they're good.
Hey, see, you don't mess with the Zero, right?
I don't. I don't.
I gotta say, the Dr Pepper Zero, pretty legit. Maybe the best zero-calorie soda.
Yeah, if you're gonna do a diet anything, or this is me starting to get frustrated again. If you're gonna do a diet anything, I think um, Dr. Pepper wins on all those accounts.
I rock an occasional Mountain Dew diet, like a 0-calorie Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right, everybody. It's been technical difficulty all around. What's up, Trisha? Um,
My man Adam.
man, Adam. What's funny because
My man.
it's gonna get even better. What's up, Danny? Um, my volume is low, Adam.
Like overall volume?
I don't know. I've got it exactly where I normally.
I've got my volume up pretty high. So if you want to raise yours,
Um.
I'll bring
Okay.
mine down.
I'll just bring the gain up a little bit here. I don't want to overdrive it because
I'll tell you if it overdrives.
it's yeah. I just don't want to mess with it because, and when I don't know it. So Adam, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking low because I've had one ear out of the headphones, and I'm going to see if I can get my level is exactly where it needs to be. Maybe that was it. I was just being quiet. I think that's it. I'm not going to adjust any levels. Um, I need to really figure out call-ins. I used to have when I had interviews, I would have them call in and would run it through my mix board, and lately that's been too complex for people, and now I don't, so it just comes through the broadcast software. And so if Eric talks right now, I can't hear him when I have my headphones on.
Yeah.
So
I can't hear me.
Yeah, now
Wait, you can't hear me?
I can't hear you at all. Now I can.
That's strange. Are you plugged into the laptop?
No, I'm in through my mix board because that's the
So I
only
think
way I
there's
hear
your
me.
yeah, because see, that's what I was gonna. Normally, I'm plugged into my audio interface, but with
Yeah.
the way this software works, I have to go through.
Yep.
So
Yep.
either plug into the laptop or use my Bluetooths. I like the Bluetooth style.
Yeah. So I mean, we're doing inside baseball right now with with this, but it's I normally would like for the caller to call in, and so I keep my audio and video separate, and then the software that I use kind of puts it all together for me. It just makes it easier to edit later because if right now I'm getting the mix of both of us, and so I
Right.
can't edit one or the other. Whereas if I have both coming through my mix board, then I can edit later. I can remove parts of your conversation or parts of mine, or separate out. It just makes
Hmm.
life easier.
Yeah, it seems sketchy. Trying to remove parts of my conversation,
Yeah.
but
Well,
not yours. Huh.
yeah, the glitches were just Eric's fault. Yep.
Yeah, clearly. The glitch was I was falling asleep upstairs.
That
That was the glitch.
was the glitch. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to wake you up. I know that we're running late, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that button and get us into into the show.
I
All
like
right.
it.
What's up, Jeeple family? Welcome back to another episode of the Jeeple podcast, where we talk trails, builds, stories, not everything in between. Normally this is where I would be talking about our presenting sponsor, but I'm still looking for a 2026 presenting sponsor. So anybody out there that knows anybody that's got a little extra marketing cash to throw our way, it certainly would help. But tonight's episode is sponsored by the New Jersey Jeep Invasion, hosted by Blinker Fluid Productions. We got to deal through them, and we're working it out to promote that summer beach extravaganza. This is one of my favorite shows of every year. It's the 13th annual New Jersey Jeep Invasion, Friday, July 10th through Sunday, July 12th, and it's killer. I know that Eric and I get to hang out down there, and a lot of friends get to hang out and do cool beachy things. We usually say uno mas one more time. But no, I'm your host, Jeep and Terry, and I'm looking forward to spending a few minutes with you, our listeners. And I am joined by one of my closest friends in the entire world. You guys know him. He's Adam's friend, Eric Ammerman. Welcome, Eric.
Hey, hi, Adam. I mean, Terry. Hi, Terry. How's it going,
Hey,
buddy?
man, I feel like it's been a while since we've gotten a hug, you know?
No, no. We had on the side of the road one day.
Couple of weeks ago, we met in a parking
Yeah,
lot, real shady, and just gave each other
yeah.
hugs and went on about our
Hugs.
business.
Yep. Hugs. That's what it was. Just hugs.
Just hugs.
Above the,
It was good.
above. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Tummy
needed
sticks.
that. I
Yeah.
needed that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's
Well, hey, it's good to be here. I'm glad I could be awake.
me too. It's funny because last week we had a great show. Justin came on, and that was all you're
That
doing.
was great.
It
That was a
was
great show, though. I mean,
yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of that show.
Yeah, it was really good. Thank you. And it's something you and I've been talking about, being a little you being involved with the show a little bit more, and after that show, it just felt so comfortable. It always feels great hanging out with Justin, but after that show, I was like, I definitely want to get him involved, and he's all about it. So I think we're going to try to figure out a way. Neither one of you have
Rotate Justin in.
the bandwidth to do every
Yeah.
show, but if I can get you guys to kind of rotate in and out, and then
I'm into
have
it.
interview shows, and then I've got another segment that I'm working on with a couple people, and we're going to do a builders type roundtable with we'll have a normal building guests, and then we're going to have builders that we talk to, and that as well. I'm not explaining it very well, but
I get what you're saying.
it'll be fun, and I think we're firing on all cylinders right now. I don't have a cylinder one misfire, like I do in real life. But man, what I'm trying to say is it's great to have you here, Eric, and I'm
Let's
glad
say,
you
hey,
could.
I'm
And
glad to be here.
you're just one of my faves, right? I want to say hi to everybody that's joining us on the comments and reactions. It makes the show that much more interesting when you do come in, and I think it's pretty awesome. Um, and tonight's topic is going to be very much um, listener
Dun,
involved. I
dun,
think,
dun. Yeah.
right? I think you were getting ready to sing something.
I just said dun 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 dun. That's
Yeah,
all I
dun, dun,
said
dun.
was
Yeah.
dun. Yeah.
Um, so I got to hang out with my Jeep Club this weekend, which is cool. Um,
I
you know,
seen that.
yeah, it was pretty awesome. We went to we're we're a social club before we are a wheeling club. We're a it, it, we're a drinking club with a jeeping habit, and but no, it's good. We got to go to a local ECHL hockey game. The Phantoms, the Lehigh Phantoms, they're a farm club, I guess, of the Flyers. Have you been to the Phantoms game, Eric?
When it was in Philadelphia, yes.
Oh, so they started in Philly then, and then
Yeah, oh
moved to
yeah.
Lehigh.
Yeah. They played in the Spectrum for a long time.
Oh, right on, right on.
Yeah. So when that yeah, then they played in the big stadium too, I think.
Mm,
I don't remember, but I've seen the Phantoms a bunch of times, but not since they moved.
yeah, I mean it's pretty cool because our logo is like half the Flyers logo mirrored. Um,
Yeah.
kind of the Phantoms thing, and they're here in the Lehigh Valley, and I mean it's a brand new arena. They built it to bring them up, and it's not a huge arena, but it's a nice arena, and it's pretty cool. And what we did is we got exclusive parking on the top level of the parking deck.
Oh,
So it was
nice.
nice open air, and it was all to ourselves. I mean, eight stories up. They're not gonna everybody's not gonna come up there. So it was all Jeeps, all up there. And it was great to get to see people and hang out and show off our builds and everything. I mean, that's what we do as a club. It's whatever event we're going to, we do it, and the first thing is just hanging out in the parking lot, looking at everybody's vehicles, right? And then we got personal time with Melvin, the team mascot. So Melvin comes up and hangs out in the parking lot with us with our Jeeps and is all
I
enthralled
saw
with
that.
light. And then
I
people
saw a
started
picture of
playing,
you with him, yeah.
yeah, and then people started, doing their horns. Um, we've got a few people with train horns and various other horns, and it. I think it would be so cool to be one of those mascots because everything's about visual acting, role playing, because
Right.
there's no voice, right? And so you can see this person just getting animated with the horns, and so they go and honk the horn. Melvin goes on, and then looks at lights because we have our lights on and make interactions. People make selfies and take photos, so that was cool. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, it's all fun and games being a mascot until you're gassy, you know? Then you're trapped inside.
yeah, well, or it's 1,000 degrees outside,
Yeah, yeah.
or the
I mean, the good news is
combination of it.
if I was gonna be a mascot of any sport, it would be hockey because it's not out in the sun
Right, right,
in the
right.
middle of summer, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Baseball mascot, rough duty.
that's real rough duty. I mean,
August, think about that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you and I and our friend Matt, we did the Lehigh Valley minor league baseball game,
On
and it
Dollar
was
Dog Night.
we were it was dollar dog night, and but we were sweating like crazy, and we were definitely not in a mascot costume.
Yeah. I went to a Phillies game with, Mr. Howard,
Oh yeah,
um, when it was if not over 100, it was very close. And we watched a lady
yeah.
pass out from heat
Oh
exhaustion and
gee,
hit her
yeah.
head on the concrete deck.
That's
That
for
was
real.
terrifying.
Yeah,
Sounded
for
like a
sure.
bowling ball hitting the ground, dude.
Yeah, I mean those concrete stadiums, man. They reverberate, and you actually feel it.
Oh,
Through
yeah. We were only about
through your
10 feet
feet.
away from her too.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
rough.
I mean, and baseball games are they've started letting people bring their own water bottles into the parks because of this,
Yeah.
right? Um, but anyway, it was a good time hanging out with the mascot. Um, we got in and we pregame, so you get to watch the pre-skate, get to see all the cool stuff before the game. They had a buffet for us. It wasn't the best food on the planet, but it was. I was expecting way worse than it was. It was a nice pulled pork sandwich, and the mashed potatoes were homemade. Actually, it what didn't taste like something out of a box. It was actually pretty good. And
Nice.
then the first period of the started, and we were the Lehigh Valley Phantoms were down 4-0. So it was, dude. Anytime there's a disparity with the home team, um, that big, man, it's a downer for the entire, you whether you're a fan or not, it's a downer.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But then, they came back and tied the game and went in overtime.
Oh,
Um,
hell yeah.
yeah, so got a little extra game, and it made it exciting when four unanswered goals to tie it up. That's pretty cool. Um,
Yeah, I
but
went since last we spoke. I don't mean to sidetrack you here,
no,
but I'm gonna.
yeah,
Since last we spoke, I went to a Philadelphia Union game, a little soccer
oh, little
match,
soccer match, yeah,
which is fun.
out on the pitch.
Corey
That's
has season tickets, and me
oh,
and Corey and Jordan all went and had an awesome
nice.
time, dude.
Yeah,
It
that
was fun.
stadium's really nice too.
Beautiful.
Yeah, not in the best part of the world, but man, what a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, but like, yes, but like, yeah, we go in and we park in the parking lot and go inside, and but it's just the view out of the one corner
Oh, of
of
the
the
of the
bridge
river.
going over the
Yeah,
river. Yeah, it's awesome. Really cool
yeah,
stadium.
it's
Really fun time.
oh, that's
Soccer
awesome.
match is fun. They lost, but it was still a good time.
It's the most beautiful sport. I mean, I love watching a good football match, right?
Yeah.
Um, then we got to do the cool thing, like take two of our jeeps out on the ice and had a group photo. So
Now,
I mean,
who's how did the Jeeps get chosen?
so once we pass a threshold, we getting one jeep um, to take on. Once we passed a threshold, we got to actually take two, you know, jeeps. So we had I think there were 70 tickets sold, so that got us into that next threshold to take two. And we originally were going to do a drawing, to see whose jeep got put on, and I was like, no, if we got an extra one, our president should have one of them. You
Yeah,
know,
that makes sense. Yeah.
And so, the board all agreed, yes, that's the way it should go. And then let's do a drawing for the other. So it's, everybody has equal temperament to get there. Um, and so, Kristen got to drive her white Jeep out, and then Brandon got to drive his yellow out. And um, it was killer. It was a lot of fun. And then, 70 of us around the mascot in the center and the logo, and took a group photo, and then they rushed
That's
us
fun.
off the ice. I mean, they were trying to get everybody home and everything, but it was a
Oh,
good
yeah, I was
time,
at
and
the
I
end of the
loved
game.
hanging out
Yeah.
with the Jeep Club.
Nice, man. Sounds like a great time.
Yeah, it was a good time. I enjoy hanging out with the people in my club. I mean, it's one of the reasons I started, so I have people to share that experience with, right? Um,
Yeah. Adam brings up a good point. Thankfully, none were red. So
I,
that's good. That's
I
a
guess
good
that's
thing.
true. Yeah. Well, if something had
um,
happened to Brandon as vice president, then I would have had to fulfill the duties and brought my red Jeep on the
yeah.
ice.
Yeah, bro. Someone else's good looking Jeep. So anyway, thanks for asking though. Yeah, I did do some Jeep stuff this week, Terry.
Did you?
How about that? Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't. I mean,
Well,
I
you had to
drove. Well,
jumpstart your Jeep this week.
did I tell you that? Did that was before, that was after the show? Yeah. So here's a good story for you. So I really haven't driven the Jeep all winter.
Right. Right.
it hasn't. Yeah, things are busy. It's there. It's fine. There's stuff I need to get done on it. So I've got this like looming list of stuff that has to get done before I leave for Easter Jeep Safari, which is coming up soon.
Yeah.
Um,
Tell me about it.
one of those things was I have the Tyree light bar mount. So we have the A-pillar light bar mounts for JK made by our good friends at Daria Metal Fabricating.
Oh, cool.
Formerly, yeah, also Highline was
Yeah.
Highline
Yeah.
years ago. So I have had those sitting in my shop for almost a year, and I was like, well, I should probably get those painted because I like to have them color matched. So I was like, all right, I'll call the body shop. So I call the body shop. I talk to him. Like, hey, can I drop these things off? I need to get them painted before Easter Jeep. He's like, yeah, no problem. So I want to color match them, and he was like, all right, can you bring the Jeep here? And I go, yeah, I think sure.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
probably do that. And I was like, hey, it's been on the trickle charger all winter. It'll be fine. So I was like, yeah, give me, 10 minutes. I'll fire it up and I'll head over there. It's really close. So I go out, I unplug the trickle charger. I mean, the light was on the trickle
Yeah.
charger,
Yeah.
and I go to start it, and it's dead flat. Nothing. It doesn't crank. It doesn't make a sound. I knew it as soon as I opened the door because the
Right. The
rockside
step
step
didn't
didn't
come
come
down.
down.
Right.
Like shit. All right. And it was a new battery last year, so I was like, man, this sucks. So I have a little jump pack. I jump the Jeep, and I'm like, all right, well, the alternator's putting out 14 and a half volts, so I should be fine.
Yeah.
So I hop in the Jeep, but it's only 8 to 10 minutes away, so I was like, it's not going to get a lot of charge. So I'll bring the jump box with me just to be safe.
Yeah.
So I drive over there and I leave it running. I should also mention the Jeep's not inspected because I haven't been driving it. Right?
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
inspected. It's only a month out. It's not a
Yeah.
huge deal.
Yeah.
But I'm like, on my way over there, the tires are a little low. So it's like it's just a fucking mess, dude. And I'm driving over, and the speedometer's going wonky. The tachometer's going wonky. Like everything's the dash is
Yeah.
being weird. So I'm like, well, it'll charge up by the time I get there. So it started acting kind of normal, and I was like, oh, cool, I'm all set. I was watching the volts to
Yeah. Yeah.
see how many volts I was at, and I get there and I pull in, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna leave it running. It's fine. So I leave it running. Oh, so the non-inspection thing. As I'm pulling up, smooth sailing the whole way there, I pull onto the road that the shop is on. Cop pulls in front of me.
Yeah.
I
As they
was
do.
mildly aired down in at least 2 tires, Adam, if that was what you're asking. It's still, by the way, still aired down. I was going to do it today, and I didn't.
Perfect.
So I pull in behind a cop, and I'm like, I was like, of course, dude. The one time. So I park. I follow, like, he goes in. I can't act weird now, so I kind of follow him in. He goes to the body shop. And I'm like, awesome, dude. So I pulled, like, on the other side of the parking lot, and I
Yeah.
leave it running, and I go in, and I talk to the guy. He brings out the little scanner to scan my paint because he's like, I could just color match it off the code, but, like, it's a 10-year-old vehicle. Like, there's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
some fading.
Oh, yeah.
Then
Yeah.
he walks out, and he scans it, and he does that, and I was like, oh, the cops are here. And he's like, oh, that's something else entirely.
Oh.
He's like, that's something happened. He's just writing a report. It's no big deal. I was like, okay, cool. And the cop was cool. I mean, he didn't even say anything to me. So he goes,
Right.
scans the thing, and so he's like, all right, well, come back in, just quick fill out a paper so I have your number and like all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And so I was like, oh, well, I have the remote start. I'll double click the remote start, pull my key out, and then I'll go in and at least like. So the thing is, the cop was there because a car got stolen from the parking lot. So it
Right.
was like an
Right. So you
insurance
didn't want to
job that
leave
had been
your.
sitting.
Right.
And I was like, maybe I shouldn't leave this running.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I go inside, I go fill out the paperwork. I hop back in the Jeep to head home. Took a couple pictures to prove I had the Jeep outside of my house. And I jump in and I put my foot on the brake. Didn't turn the key back on. So it dies, it shuts off.
Yeah.
And
It
I'm like,
shuts
well, it's
off.
been charging for a while now.
Yeah.
It was still dead.
Yeah.
Totally dead. So I was like, God damn. All right. So I grab the jump box out and I hook it up and get it going again. And I was like, I was gonna go to the gym right after, and I was like, I'll just go home. Let's do the smart thing, go home, and I'll get the truck and I'll take that. So that was my adventure with the body shop. Now, the weather has turned in the last couple days. It was like all of a sudden the clocks
Yeah.
change. It's 70 degrees. I've only got a few weeks until I have to leave for EJS. I've got this list. I mean, I'm looking at the list now, and it's driving me crazy. I'm already crossing stuff off that I don't have time for. Um,
Right.
so yesterday the kids want to play basketball in the driveway, so I was like, oh, I'll hang out. I'll work on my Jeep while I'm doing it. So I needed to run the power line for my fridge in the back of the Jeep. So I was doing that, and that was fun. So I did Jeep stuff, and then today I was trying to finish it up, and I cut the top of my finger with a razor knife,
Mm.
while I was stripping wire.
You need some
So
safety
it's just,
knives. Maybe
I
safety
don't know.
scissors. Maybe.
But I do have a mod that I was gonna wait until I posted it on social media so you could see it and be surprised. But do you want a sneak preview? You and the
Sure.
listeners?
Sure.
Ready? Can you see that?
Hot dog. Is
Little
that
hot dog
antenna topper?
valve caps. No, valve
Oh, valve
caps.
caps. Oh
Got a
yeah.
full set of them. Yeah, so that's my mod for the year.
That's nice. Clashes
One
with
of
the
them.
hydro blue,
One of
but
them. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I've got a good long list of stuff I got to get done and get it
yeah, that's
inspected
coming up
probably
soon.
before I go. But it's going to go on a trailer in Pennsylvania, and it's not going to come off the trailer until Utah.
Right.
So I don't really need to get it inspected.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Um, but it I did GP things. Like I threw the top back today. It was so nice.
I saw that. And you did that, and Ken did that. Oh, thank you, Brendan. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, Ken did as well.
Yeah, Ken sent me a picture or a video today of the top down on his Jeep because they had nice weather in Wisconsin as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, good. Good. Yeah. It's oh my god, just that little bit of sun just changed the world for me. It was good. Big announcement.
I mean,
Big. Oh,
it
go ahead.
changed my attitude. It changed my
Yeah.
attitude entirely.
Yeah.
Like I was like, "Oh, this is great. It's a great time of year now. I'm happy."
Yeah. It 100%. Um.
Yeah.
All right. Big announcement. We've been kind of teasing this. The Jeep Life podcast has joined officially the PowerTube TV family. They're going to be airing our episodes on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. This is a huge chance to bring our content to a larger audience. I'll put the link in the show notes. I'm just over the moon about this. This is really, really cool. Right now they have
So this is going on now.
yeah.
Going on live now. That's not right now, but tomorrow night. No, Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We have 22, 23 episodes in the hopper for them. It's pretty awesome. So I don't know how it's going to work if they're going to start with the most recent one that I've given and work their way back, or if they're going to go back to the 23rd oldest episode and start there and just keep doing new. And I don't. We haven't really discussed that, so I don't know.
That's awesome.
Who knows? Yeah, but it's exciting. Yeah, one of the ways you can support us is to on Wednesday nights go and log in to PowerTube TV and just let it run. I don't care if you watch it or not. Just let it run. Maybe go see some of the other cool stuff that they do. You can also be a Patreon subscriber. We have 3 levels. Do what you can. You don't have to do everything, but man, sport is $3 a month.
Hey, I'm a Patreon subscriber.
You are, and I've yelled at you previously about this. I appreciate it so much, but thank you. Yeah, so that's really, really cool that you are, and that so many of our listeners are. I should start listening out. Like I know that you've done that in the past with your show. Thank supporters. So our appreciation to those people. It's amazing.
Yeah, bring it up by the end of the show. Maybe the end of the show, we'll read them off. I don't know how complex that is for you to get to it, but thank you, Roy. Roy, thank you for the offer of running tools to run wires through firewalls. I actually don't have to do that with this.
Ooh,
I was running a power wire for my fridge, so I ran it from the battery down the frame rail all the way down the frame because it's a double insulated wire. all the way back up through the tail light and into the cab, into the back. So
Yeah, it's
that's more
easy
information than
as you
anyone
can.
asked for. You know,
Yeah.
no one really cares how I did it.
I do. I do.
Yeah, I
I
did go to
care.
the hardware store to get hardware to mount the little ARB thing to plug the fridge into.
Oh
It's like a
yeah.
screw-in socket. So I got hardware, and I love Terry. I think you can. I hope that you can agree with this. I know some people out there listening will understand my love of this, but the hardware bins at an Ace Hardware or a
Oh
smaller
yeah.
hardware store,
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
Home
yeah.
Depot.
Yeah.
I just love spending time in there.
So organized, so well done. Yeah, it's great.
So
It's
I went and
perfect.
I went got the hardware I needed, small hardware, and like an a hole, I grabbed the right screws on both for both of them,
Yeah.
and then I got the right for one, threaded on, reached back in the bin, pulled it out, threw it in the bag.
But didn't
Someone
test it.
No, I didn't test it because someone must have just like dropped it in the wrong one because it was the
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
size, wrong thread pitch, everything. So I had to go back again. So it was
Of
great.
course. Yeah, the number of times I've had to go back and get because maybe I didn't pick up enough bolts or my matching number of bolts to nut ratio wasn't exactly the same.
See, I always get 10 to 20% extra.
There you go. Just for
So I
that
always get
reason.
extra, and
Yeah,
then I have my big toolbox. I have a drawer that just has all the extra hardware that I've bought over the years.
absolutely. All right. You get entered. We're next, maybe not next weekend, maybe the following week will be our drawing for March for the New Jersey Jeep Invasion 3-day pass. How do you get on that list? If you've already subscribed, you've posted, you've commented, you've done other things, you're already there. How do you get on there? Just comment somewhere. Send me an email. Ask me for some stickers. Show topic suggestions, anything that'll get you on that drawing to win. We have had some great winners, and we will
Adam
have
for
another
one.
March in 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to it. All right, tonight's topic, I thought it'd be kind of fun. If you're as old as me, you can remember back. We're going to revisit the Jeeple's Court
Dun, dun, dun.
tonight
Doug
on the
Llewellyn.
Jeep
Who's
Life
Doug Llewellyn?
podcast. Yeah, we got it. Dun dun dun. Um, tonight on the Jeep Life podcast, we're going to do something a little different. We're opening the courtroom. Welcome to the very first session of the Jeeple's Court, and I think we might have this as a running segment. This is it might be kind of fun and do it in different ways. Um, if you've ever sat around a campfire after a long day on a trail, Jeepers love to debate things. We love to tell the stories. We love to hear and brag a little bit. Um, and tonight it's how much Jeep is actually enough. Um, some Jeepers believe in building the biggest, baddest rigs possible, tons, huge tires, armor everywhere, suspension. It looks like it belongs under a trophy truck. Others believe
That
something
seems
very
like
different.
that seems like an attack, Terry.
Uh, it gets better. It,
All right, good. Sorry,
are you feeling a little?
I
Others
feel
believe
attacked.
something very different. They believe in simple, capable Jeep. Skilled driver can go almost anywhere. So tonight we're putting those philosophies on trial. On one side of the courtroom, we have Eric Ammerman defending the case for the big builds. And if you've ever seen his Jeep Overkill, the name alone should tell you where he stands. And on the other side, I'll be arguing the case for capable simplicity. The idea that smart, small, skill, and seat time matter more than throwing every part in the catalog at your Jeep. So tonight we're going to ask the question: are Jeepers building smarter or just building bigger? Ladies and gentlemen, the Jeeple's Court is now in session. That was supposed to be a
Dun, dun,
gavel.
dun.
All right,
I
so
have a
each of us are
hanger.
going to give an opening statement. Um, about how we feel, and you know, I guess I'll kick it off. I'm the one talking, and I've got the controls of the mix board, so I'll give it. So simplicity in build, that's kind of how I roll. Even though I think this is the fourth or fifth lift kit that I've had on my Jeep, it, you know, to some extent, the driver skill matters more than the parts. That is greater than the sum of the parts. Um, Many Jeeper builds are not necessarily trail rated, but maybe their Jeep is already. Um, I the simpler it is, the less that can go wrong.
Hmm.
And sometimes building on a budget can keep the hobby accessible by others. So there, I'm kicking it off with that. What you got, Eric?
All right, Terry. I'm going to first. I appreciate you and I respect you. And I've been cast as the heel here. I can tell by this. So,
It's only out
and
of
I'm
jealousy.
fine.
It's only out of
I'm
jealousy.
fine with playing that. I'm fine with playing that role. I think that um, a big build is the way to go. You know, Terry, I've had one lift kit on my Jeep.
Yeah.
One lift kit. It's
The
been rebuilt
manufacturer
several
that built
times.
that Jeep.
Right. But that's still, I've only had one. More capability gives you more opportunity, bigger trails, different trails, tougher lines, stuff like that, more ground, you know.
Yeah.
Bigger builds you have a safety margin on tougher trails, you know. It's, you know, more cage, more safety equipment,
Yeah.
uh, stuff like that, wider stance, you know, more articulation, Terry. You've got more wheels on the ground, you know. I don't hang tire a lot. Got a lot of down travel, Terry.
A lot of down travel.
Um, you know, your build can reflect your passion, your creativity,
Yeah.
your love of the game,
Mm.
you know. Um, and you know, the some of the more extreme trails, the bigger trails, you know, they just need bigger equipment. You know, so there's some, and I think I kind of addressed that at the first one, more opportunity for more with more capability. I was definitely set up, Dave. Definitely set up for this. You know, Terry has cast me as the villain, and that's fine, and I'll be the villain. But the tougher trails need a different type of equipment, Terry. Not
Mm.
necessarily more extreme, but different purpose built equipment.
All right. So let's start bringing out the evidence.
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
I guess kind of the first question is and for our live commenters and live viewers, you are going to be the jury. You're going to be able to kind of vote on this at the end, and is Eric guilty of being the villain, or will the prosecutorial skills of Terry win out? Um, so, do Jeepers build for the trails they run or the trails they wish they ran?
Can I address Alan's comment real quick?
Yeah.
He said, big enough to feel cool and perform safely on the trails, but practical enough to be frequently usable. Don't want to have to trailer to drive it. I will say, in my defense, I already feel attacked by this, Alan. I did daily drive my Jeep on 40s for several years. Hey, I only commuted 3 miles, but that's neither here nor there. And the only reason I didn't drive it over the winter, I have no reason why I didn't drive it over the winter. It wasn't broken. It was fine. I just didn't. How many cars can you drive at once? You know, you got
Yeah,
a
and
daily
your
driver.
your truck is very capable and
Got to do truck stuff. You know,
got to
so
do truck stuff.
I already feeling. I'm already defending it. You know. Um, uh, so the question you said. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off there.
All right, do Jeepers build for the trails they run or the trails they wish they ran?
All right, so that's an attack. My Jeep is just fine on the East Coast, Terry. Yes, it is more tailored to a American Southwest environment, the desert.
Yeah.
However, it performs just fine at AOAA. I love going to AOAA. The only issue I have at AOAA is that the trails are narrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trails are very narrow, and I back
Yeah.
up a
Let's go
lot.
through Timbertown. Let's see who works harder.
Yeah, Timbertown is a nightmare for me. Whenever you say, "Let's go to Timbertown," I say, "No, thank you, sir." But I
The
will
first
say, I
time
mean,
you
I
and I
do.
wheeled together was we went through Timbertown.
Yeah, it was awful. You know what's even worse though is the woods of Maine,
Oh
because
yeah.
those guys cut those trails with CJs,
Right.
and it's so tight. Like, calling the radio, just guys, go ahead with it. I'll figure it out. I'll get there. It's gonna take me a little while. Um, but no, I will say, I do wheel my Jeep more in the Southwest than I do on the East Coast.
Mm.
So with that said, I think my Jeep is built for the correct environment.
Yeah, I will definitely buy into that. I mean, because you
Yeah.
do like a very condensed amount of time out
Oh
west.
yeah.
Where here it's
I mean, it's 14, 16 hours a day
yeah,
while I'm there,
yeah,
and then I come back and I'm exhausted.
yeah, for sure. All right, on to number two. Does a bigger build actually
Wait,
make
but you have
somebody?
to no, you have to answer it too,
Oh,
Terry.
do I have to
I can't
answer?
just be me. Just can't be you attacking me.
I
We're
thought
not to
this is how this would
cross-examination
go.
yet. No, we're not to cross-examination yet.
Oh, right, all right, all right, all right. All
And
right, so
I think oh, hold on. I will say I do think that a lot of people build aspirationally.
mm,
I do not think that there's anything wrong with that. I would love to own a trophy truck. I would never use it, but I would love to own one.
right, right. Well,
I own a weird old van that's 4 by 4. I'm not I probably won't go to Baja with it,
right, right, right. Well, I mean,
But
so my Jeep was, built. I it's only ran, you know, in Moab once,
right.
and that was passing through. It's made for Tennessee, Pennsylvania, um, but it parked in a mall parking lot for a
A
very
literal
long time,
mall. Yeah.
and it was definitely overbuilt for the parking lot, um, but purposely built, to drive the trails.
Yeah, see,
Uh,
Justin's too. Yeah, Justin CJ built for Utah.
yeah,
Um, Same deal. It's like, and it's not my day. Like, I'm lucky enough. I'm lucky enough in life that I have a vehicle, maybe two, that I don't need to drive. Right?
yeah,
They're recreational. They're fun. They're exciting. I have a trailer, so I don't have to worry so much when I go wheel it.
yeah,
That I can still get home. But for years, I had an XJ. I drove to the trails, wheeled all day, and then fixed it and drove home. Or even even the JK. I've had to fix the
yeah,
JK on top of mountains, in parking lots at AOAA. But now, now I'm at a point in my life where I'm lucky enough to not have to worry about that. And if I do break my Jeep significantly, which I haven't yet, knock on wood, um, I can park it for a while, and it's
yeah,
no big deal.
yeah,
So for my purposes, that Jeep is perfect. And I can
yeah.
still rip it around and go to the mall, take my kids out for ice cream, do that kind of stuff too. Um, but that Jeep is very intentionally for wheeling in the American Southwest. And I will say every time, I won't just say Southwest or Utah, I will say the American Southwest every time.
Right.
It's got a little flair to it that I
Little
like.
flavor. All right. I'll start with my answer to this one. Does bigger build actually make somebody a better wheeler, or does it hide bad driving? Um,
Both can be true.
both. I was getting ready to say both can be true. I definitely my Jeep now in its current state is almost point and shoot, a lot like yours, right? most of the time I don't have to overwork to wheel my Jeep.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a fucking great place to be, man.
yeah, it really is. But it's also it I like it because I can actually teach people how to wheel in my Jeep, or you know, and not have to worry about them going through the struggles that I went through, as a little baby sport, and kind of working my way in. But man, that because of that, I don't have a lot of bad habits because I kind of grew into my Jeep,
Yeah.
right? And so it kind of helped with that. And so I don't necessarily have um bad driving skills that I have to hide, but certainly it could be, right?
I thought you were gonna say certainly you do. And I was very concerned there. No, but I think, you know, and just to be clear, I did not go straight from no Jeep to tons and 40s. I didn't
Right.
go
Right.
that didn't happen in coilovers, but I did do my time in an XJ, you know?
Yeah.
But I think I don't think necessarily having a big bad Jeep is gonna make you a better wheeler. It'll it'll get you places where you don't need skill to an extent, to a certain
Mhm.
point, and then your Jeep can be you can outwheel your talent for sure really quick. And I'll be honest, with big bad Jeeps, it happens a lot more often than it does with someone with a stock sport or mild build, right?
Right.
Because they think they're invincible and then they start making bad choices, and then things can go very wrong,
Yep.
and have very real consequences, you know?
Yep. Case says you get people who go crazy with their build and then surpass their driving capabilities.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I think when you look at it, um, if someone starts with a smaller Jeep, maybe they're a little more cautious to take it on the more difficult trails, right?
Yeah.
And I I can easily admit you are 100% the reason why I have a little more confidence to do some of the more difficult things, because you kind of forced me into doing something that was within my vehicle's ability but
Right.
outside of my skill set. And
Well, I would
so
never I would never put somebody in a position that was dangerous, right?
right, right,
I
right.
would never I would never do that. And I mean, you've seen me spot countless amounts of people through obstacles or winch people
Yeah,
or guide
yeah,
people or do stuff like that. I'm never the guy that's gonna egg someone on to just, do something dangerous, right? Outside
right,
of their
right.
vehicle or their I've had people wanna do some obstacles and given them my Jeep and just gone like, "You wanna if you wanna do that obstacle, it's fine, but, like, why don't you take mine instead of risking your Jeep on something that's a little out of reach for that Jeep." And you have to be really careful how you say it to people because you don't wanna offend people, right?
No, no,
So,
you're right. There's a delicate line there, right?
yeah, and I think I've done a pretty good job, and I'm pretty responsible about being honest with people and getting people through places, and I've pushed, like you said, I've pushed you pl to do stuff that you weren't comfortable with, and you did just fine. The only time I knew when to back off was when we were on Moab Rim, and you were just like, "It's not happening." And I was like, "You could do it." And you're like, "But I'm not gonna." And I was like, "Got it.
Yeah,
Understood."
well, I think that had more to do with the vehicle I was in
Agreed, 100%. You could do
than
that trail all day long in the right Jeep.
right. But I was
But
already intimidated by that trail prior
right.
to that, and then you know, well,
Well, you have to
I,
go back and beat that trail. That was a bad example of a vehicle to be driving
yeah, for
on
sure.
any trail, really, if we're being honest.
Or on the road or
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I think, yeah, I don't think it makes someone a better wheeler, and I don't think it necessarily hides it. I mean, if someone's a a, a bad wheel, not a bad wheeler, an inexperienced wheeler, having a big crazy Jeep isn't going to help them. There is a cheat code to it.
Yeah.
Um, there's a I like There are places where I don't have to work, where other people kind of work a little bit harder. And even there's some trails, and part of that comes with some of these trails out in Moab I've been doing for over a decade, right? Every year.
Yeah.
So like I can go through trails that because I've done them so many times, right? And Jeeps that are almost as capable as mine or drivers that are more capable than me or whatever have struggled getting through them, but it's only because I've done it 1,000 times and I know the line.
Right.
But that also breeds, you know, complacency. And I've gotten into some this past year, I got into some situations that made me very nervous because I wasn't paying attention because I was like, oh, I've done Moab Rib 1,000 times.
Right. Right.
I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. And I pitched it forward and toward a cliff that made me very uncomfortable.
Right. Right.
But it worked out. I mean, it was fine. But there is a level of, and I say this, there's a level of like, not machismo, but like, you think you're more capable than you are in certain Jeeps, and I've hit that with my Jeep 1,000 times.
Yeah.
There are times where I've gone in and if I can fucking do that line, I can do it. It's no problem. And then I get there and I'm like, no, I can't. No, I can't do that line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I personally in that I will intentionally not do a line. I kind of have my skill figured out, and
right.
sometimes maybe I'll try that line and I'll give myself two failures or something. If you strike out twice, you're done.
Yeah,
Take
go
the
around or pull
take
line.
the
And
other
I'm
line.
not
Take the
I
other line.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I tried there was on Metal Masher. There's a climb and I've got great pictures of me trying to do it, but and I've tried that several times and I have not been able to get it even in my Jeep. I just didn't have enough. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it was enough tire, enough engine, whatever it was. I mean, it's a wall that you're
Yep.
climbing. Um, but I know well enough to go like, hey, I try it twice and I flooded my back two cylinders with oil. Like I'll try again next year.
Right. 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 All right. What breaks more? And this kind of gets to a simple rig pushed hard, or big rigs with complex systems.
I don't think there's a simple answer to that because
Yeah.
a simple rig that's pushed hard, a simple rig doesn't mean not well built.
Right.
You know, you
Yeah.
you could have a mid arm lift on a JK or JL that's built really well and really tuned and really dialed in, and you're not going to break stuff. Breaking stuff is more about the driver, if we're being honest,
Mm.
than the rig. I think you
So
try
what about?
dumber stuff with bigger builds that you often break stuff, but
Yeah. I do the bigger Jeeps like yours that have more complex systems, you know, do they have weak points or that might break more frequently?
I don't think wing points. I think there's a level of things get so complex that you neglect certain maintenance things because there's so much maintenance stuff to do that sometimes you forget or you just neglect it or you're like, I'll fix that next time.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's probably a bigger issue. Um, you know, a, I have a complex rock crawler suspension that's got a lot of maintenance stuff that you have to do and
Mm.
greasing and charging shocks and doing stuff like that and you know dialing in that it takes a lot more work to keep it going than a more simple traditional lift.
Right. Well, this kind of echoes that. Justin's like brakes often come from the right foot.
Always from the right foot.
Right. Trying to
Always, dude.
right.
It's
Trying to
either the
push it
right
too
foot
much.
or neglected maintenance.
Right. Right. All right. I This section is the last question, and it's kind of a loaded question because it does the Jeep industry push people toward bigger builds?
Yeah, dude. We got to we that's how we make a living, right?
Yeah.
I
Right.
like I don't know how to say that. Upgrade opportunities is great. That's a great point, Alan.
Yeah,
Break stuff, you get new stuff that's better stuff, right?
that's right.
That's all. Or you break stuff just because you want new stuff. Terry, you and I have tried to do that on your Jeep
100%.
before.
I have a rear bumper that's still on my Jeep because
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
We'll
been
get there.
trying to
We'll get
break
it
it.
done. But he, yeah, I mean, fundamentally, yeah, dude. The Jeep industry needs you to keep buying stuff, right?
Yeah,
But that
yeah,
doesn't mean that they're pushing you in a direction that you don't need to go. Well, it's a want category.
yeah,
You know, a lot of the off-road and Jeep industry is a want rather than a need. There are
yeah,
needs. There are needs that have to be done and have to be replaced, but a lot of it is it's aspirational and it's, you know, bigger, badder, cooler, more custom stuff like that. But ultimately we gotta you have to balance it. You know, I've been in the Jeep industry for a while. You have to balance the value proposition of it, right? Yeah, I want you
yeah,
to buy more stuff, dude. But I also want you to buy the right stuff and buy the better stuff and keep innovating so you'll want to buy newer stuff, right? So it's not
yeah,
disingenuous. We're just out to get your money, right? We're selling you something. It's recreational. It's very rarely a need. The
right,
company I work for, it's not. I mean, I can tell you all day long that I think it is a need, but at the end of the day, it's not. You know,
right,
it's not brakes. It's not brake pads. I don't sell brake pads. That's a need. But I could sell you nicer brake pads, right?
right, right.
But
I
yeah, I think that's tough. I think that's a tough. You're painting me into a corner, Terry. Painting all of us. You're yourself into a corner. You know.
I to the point, you know, that I'm gonna kind of go with that. It's agreed that that's what keeps, you know, food on the table for us, right?
But
But it
it's
isn't.
also what fuels innovation, though.
It is, and but we're also users, right? We're also end users, right? And we have a
Right.
passion for this, so we want to make sure that um we keep pushing even ourselves or everything to that, you know, bigger build.
Right.
Um
Right. Can I
and,
make an
and
analogy here?
yeah,
Oh, Roy says you need louder. Yes, you do. Yeah, I agree. Anytime anyone asks what radio they should put in, it's the answer is always Alpine. By the way,
yeah,
always. Not just because I like Roy and Colin, just because it's the best. But anyway, um, I have not been paid to say that. Kind of. But so um, the analogy I have here is I'm also into backpacking, right?
yeah.
Oh, Justin, the Tommy Boy quotes, fantastic. Um, I'm also very into backpacking, you know, hiking and camping and stuff like that. You know what the most fun of that for me is? Is researching and buying the gear.
Yeah, yeah,
I could give a shit about walking the miles, dude.
yeah.
It's that and then it's hanging out in camp and telling stories. It's the same thing, dude. It's
Right.
it's the Jeep industry, the hiking industry. There's so many industries that it's exactly the same. It's just a different product, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Um, I like the researching, solving problems, building stuff, buying stuff. I love buying stuff. I scroll Facebook Marketplace endlessly
Yeah,
for stuff I don't need, you
yeah,
know? Um, so that's part of the fun for me as a consumer. And then I just happen to the way I have the money to buy that stuff is by working in that industry also.
right, right. All right, it's come to cross examination time, and I don't know which one of us wants to kick it off first.
I mean, you can attack Terry. Go ahead.
I
You can
don't.
attack me. Go
This isn't my job. That's not what I meant.
ahead.
Um. All right, here we go. So, how much of Overkill's build is truly necessary versus just awesome?
There's very little on it that's necessary. It's a, you know, it's a recreational vehicle for me.
Right,
It's none of
right,
it's necessary.
right.
Safety stuff is necessary. Um, to keep enjoying what I do.
Right.
Having a refrigerator full of hot dogs is necessary, Terry, and a
For
hot dog
sure.
roller
Get a roller
is
back there.
necessary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, it's just It's what it's again, it's my hobby, it's my fun. The buying and the working on and building, that's the fun of it, man. That's the fun of
Yeah.
it and using it, of course, is awesome.
Yep.
But I'll just keep building them and just keep building and spending money and having fun with it. And I spent a couple hours yesterday in my driveway while my kids were playing basketball, working on my Jeep and just, having fun. I wasn't doing anything serious. It definitely wasn't necessary. It was running power for a refrigerator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's absurd.
Right. Right.
Like, that's
Right.
absurd. And do I own a hot dog roller for two of my vehicles, two of my three vehicles? I do. I own two hot dog rollers, Terry, and they go with the vehicle,
Oh,
you
so they're
know?
vehicle specific.
Yeah, because I've got the smaller one for the Jeep where space is more at a premium.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, the van has a much bigger one, because it's a bigger vehicle, you know?
Yeah. All right.
Adam, the answer is Burke's all beef. That's the answer to the hot dog question.
That is
I do
the
like a
answer.
Nathan's, but
Yeah. I'm not going to turn either one down, but
yeah.
I don't want your chicken dog. Don't give me your chicken dog.
Terry does not like a mixed meat hot dog.
No.
I learned
No.
that. That's when you see Grumpy Terry, is when you offer him a mixed meat hot dog. There's nothing
there's
wrong with
other
that.
there's other times that the grumpy Terry comes out. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you never had overkill much more simple than it or than what it is. And I know for a fact that asking you this question, would you have wheeled more if you hadn't had overkill? You would have continued to wheel, right?
It would be the same. Yeah. Yeah. Because at this point, like I said, and I remember having this conversation when I had my XJ and going like, I just want a Jeep that I could go like, someone could go on Thursday, hey, you want to go wheeling tomorrow? And I could just go like, yep, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
I still don't have that. But like, there's always something to fix or do. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's of my own doing. That's completely my fault. But no, I don't think so, because now, there was a time when it was a daily driver. Overkill was even, but even before that, when I had the XJ, and that was a daily driver, and I would turn down going wheeling because I was like, no, like, I can't risk it. I have to drive to this place or do this or get the kids to school or stuff like that. Now I've got options. So it's like, as long
Yeah.
as one of them's running good, I can do it. So I don't think it's more or less.
Yeah.
I think I'm at a point in my life now where I can do it more because I have the option to take the daily driver, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Come
Anything
at me,
else, Terry?
bro.
Anything else, bud? Um, is capable simplicity just a nice way of saying budget build, Terry?
Uh, ye-
That question was written for me, by the way.
I,
Listen, and you and I have had this conversation before.
yeah.
I've had more fun in my life wheeling a close to stock vehicle or a mild built vehicle,
Mhm.
and just had laughs and had fun, and just not worried about doing the toughest line, the hardest thing, the get the best picture of my Jeep,
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
sorry, go ahead. So I'll let you answer
It's
that.
all about the gram, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I absolutely, and I know that parts of my build is simply because that's my limitation was the money side, right?
Right,
And maybe not its current build, but builds throughout. The limitations was this is what I can do at this time. And so
right.
yeah, it's a nice way of saying, I have a budget build. That was the best I could do. Buying a set of used tires off of Facebook Marketplace at that time, I
Yeah.
couldn't get that new set of tires. So yeah. All right, let's
And
go.
to be clear, I do not have an unlimited budget, though it may seem that way. But no, I mean, I think you build a Jeep to have fun, right? If you choosing a less expensive thing
Yeah.
so you can get two things, Um, that's a great
Right.
line. All income is disposable income if you're fun and irresponsible. I'm getting that tattooed on me. Um,
Oh, they use
which would
the
be
right
another
font.
waste of money, right?
Yeah, right.
Um, but I don't know what I was saying at all. Oh yeah, but like, if you're like, hey, I want to get this part, but I'd rather get a less expensive version of this part,
Mm,
and then also get this other part that would also make it more enjoyable. There's nothing wrong with a budget build at all.
right.
Um, I think budget builds are a great way to get into it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And I think, when you put the right things on, it might cover up some of the weaknesses that you have, right? I went with a limited slip differential rather than, a
selectable,
full front and
yeah,
rear locker, right? Because it was the part of the build that I could afford, right? And so far, knock on wood, I've not I've not um
regretted
regretted
it.
that
Yeah,
decision. Yeah.
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 Well, and I've kind of always, not always, at this point, like I'm kind of the mind of like the buy once, cry once kind of deal,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And I've gone, I've replaced the same thing several times, and then eventually gone like, okay, I'll just get the good one,
Yeah.
and that's a product of how I grew up.
Yeah.
I was not my dad was not a credit card dude; he was a cash dude.
Yeah.
And it was like you do, especially with a hobby, you do within your means. Was the dog
Right. Yeah.
tickling you?
Yeah.
So what's happening here?
No, the
Um,
dog's got her squeaker, and she's just
I can't hear it. It makes
all
me
right.
feel better.
Good.
Um,
Oh, it's really
but
loud
yeah,
here.
so
The mixer's doing its job.
I came from a world of like, if you want the thing, you save up for a while, and then you
Yeah.
get the thing that you want, and then you just go without for a little bit.
Right.
Um, so I've kind of, you know, or you buy within your means, and then you buy again, and then in the long run you're spending more money. So like I've kind of adopted
Right.
now that I make more money, and I'm in a better place in my life, I go like, I'll just buy the expensive one, and then I just won't buy anything for a while.
Right. Right.
But I've gotten my Jeep to a point where I don't need to be buying stuff very often, but when I do, it's an expensive proposition generally.
Yeah.
Like, I really want an Atlas transfer case. Haven't gotten there yet.
uh, you're this close.
No, I'm not. I'm way off from that still. I think I want to do either a 10-speed trans or an 8-speed trans or
Yeah.
an LS.
Yeah.
One of the two. Still leaning toward the LS, if we're being honest.
Mm.
But
All right. Let's do it.
um,
Is it closing argument time?
well, no, I've got one more.
Okay.
When you hit a trail that's beyond your Jeep, doesn't that make you want to build something bigger, make a bigger build? Like you hit that, so like that one for me on Metal Masher,
Yeah.
it instantly, as soon as I went around and I did it, I'm like, fuck, I need more engines. I need more cylinders. Like
Right.
that's the
Right.
answer, is I need more fucking cylinders. I
Yeah. Yeah.
couldn't get up it.
Yeah.
Um, does that hit you at all?
Uh,
Has there been a time where you were like, man, if I just had this one different thing, I could have done that. If I had a
y-
front locker, I could have done that.
yeah. Yeah. And I, it was before I was on 37s. It was before my limited slip. Um, I was at AOA and with a friend of ours, well, Breaky Billy, and doing lower anthracite, and there's a ledge there that, man, I was so close, but
Off to the left.
nothing I could do would make that happen with my build as it is. And I think at that time, was I on? I was on 35s, but no clearance with that, and um, but to the other extent, I kind of intentionally got myself a sport from the beginning, and wield it as it
Jeep's a
is.
sport.
And true, it is in name only.
Yeah.
In name only. But it was, it's something that I intentionally decided. And, when I've wheeled around Moab in a sport on street tires, nothing gives you big tire,
Sorry about
big
that.
Jeep envy, like
Now, in
that.
hindsight, that was mean spirited, and I apologize.
Not at all.
But you had
It's a,
fun. You had
I
a
wear it as a
blast. I had a
badge of
blast
honor,
with you.
man.
Yeah.
I did, I did stuff in that Jeep that, everybody else was doing. It was fun. But man, it would have been a lot easier if I was on 37s,
Well, yeah.
with lockers, right? But no, not making it up that ledge was just, I guess, inspiration for me to. I need to do a little more to my Jeep, right?
Right.
It kind of,
I rest my case.
yeah.
More
All
bigger, more
right,
better.
bring it, bring it. Mm,
Uh,
let's get into closing arguments. Let's wrap this up.
all right.
Bring it home.
All right. Um, so Terry, when I was in Moab this past year, we were on 7 Mile Rim, and there was shoot, what's it called? It's not the high dive. It's shit, I can't remember the name of the obstacle.
It's like Gatekeeper,
If
was it?
Justin is no, if Justin's still there, he'll remember what it is. It's a big long hill, and there's two lines. One is off to the right. People go down it usually, but you can go up it too, and there's one to the left. I can't think of the name of it. So anyway, there's a line to the left, and it was the hard line, and I sat at the bottom and I watched three people go and not get up it without resetting 3 times
Yeah, yeah,
or giving it all the throttle they could get it. And so I went up, and it's a guy I know that was spotting, and he was like, hey, Angie's here.
yay,
And I went right to the left. I'm not going to say who was in front of me or what happened. They had an equipment malfunction, so it's to be fair.
yeah.
But I just went and I one line straight walked right up the thing with someone. I had a guest in the Jeep with me, and he was like, "That was why that seemed so easy." And I was like, "Well, it's the Jeep."
Yeah.
But maybe Angie knows the name of that obstacle on 7 Mile Rim. I'm gonna Google it. But anyway,
Yeah.
but that was a time where it was like I've been there on that trail in that obstacle, and um I've been there with Jeeps that couldn't have done what that did, and I just didn't do it. I didn't try, but I watched other people try with similar builds and
Right,
not
right.
make it, and I went like, "That's not for me. I'm not going to do it." And then I went back in my own Jeep and walked right up it. So that was a case where the Jeep made the obstacle.
Yeah. Well, my simple Jeep, my little red Jeep, we're going up. Justin says Hamburger Hill.
No, Hamburger Hill is on Cane Creek.
No, Hamburger Hill is on 7 Mile or
No, it's on,
backward Bill.
no, it's on Cane Creek.
Is it? All right.
Because I just had a conversation about it today because we're going there for a Tread Lightly project.
Oh, nice.
Not
All
the
right.
Hamburger
So
Hill, but
Wipeout Hill. Wipeout Hill.
Wipeout Hill. That's it.
Wipeout Hill.
Absolutely
Yeah.
Wipeout Hill. So
Yep.
the left side, if you're going up of Wipeout Hill.
Yep. Yep. That's it.
Who got that
So
one?
I did. Angie
Oh,
got it.
Angie got it. All right.
Angie got it. Yeah. Um.
Which,
So
Justin, you should text me later about EJS plans, by the way.
we're
Sorry,
not.
go ahead.
I'm going to edit that out.
Oh, yeah, you should.
All right. So a time my simple Jeep, it hadn't grown up quite as much as it is now. I'm out with, a very good friend of mine, someone I'm not going to name any names at all.
Is it my
And we
brother?
were on a brand new trail. You weren't there. We're on a brand new trail at our park, and it was very, very steep and hadn't been fully um, broken in yet. And they were in a Rubicon, much better built vehicle than mine was at the time.
JL Rubicon?
No,
JK
JK.
Rubicon. Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you what color it is because that'll give it away
All right.
completely. It's not quite black. But so we're going up this steep incline, and Lexi's sitting beside me because she knows exactly where we were and who we were with. She's just laughing over here.
Wait, Lexi's there right now?
Yeah, right now.
Nice. Hi, Lex.
And so we're watched that person go up and have to pull line, um, and pull themselves up. And I'm like, I think I can do this, but if I have to pull line, I have to pull line. And I rode the throttle exactly the way I needed to and pulled the line, almost a very similar line. But I felt like I could, there's a point where going sideways is not the right way, but maybe going directly north is the right way. So it was me picking and choosing a slightly different line.
You sure I wasn't there?
And I walked right up it. No, I'm positive. Eric wasn't there, was he? No. She knows who was there. And
I think I knew who was there too, but I feel like I was like they got Tippy back this way.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But walked right up, and it was one of those times where I was beaming because skill somehow took over, and I got lucky on that climb, and no lockers were on, unlike the other vehicle, and so you know I like that. That was a good time letting
It's a
the
good feeling.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So there we go. All right, now it's audience participation time. We've done our closing arguments. We've hopefully
I don't like how you asked that in the next
is the Jeep
cat.
life about bigger builds or smarter builds?
That's not fair. That's not a fair. That's leading. That is leading the
Is
journey,
that a
dude.
leading
I
statement?
object. I object to that because I don't think
Sustained.
bigger builds are necessarily not smart.
No, there's definitely some bigger builds that aren't smart for sure.
100%. Yeah, there's the North Carolina exists. You know,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
24-inch wheels exist, Terry.
All right. Court is
You got to
adjourned.
rephrase that somehow. No,
How?
you got to
No.
rephrase that. Is the Jeep life about bigger builds or smarter builds? See, I don't like that. I think that's leading. That's leading. What does Lex say about that?
And what does she say?
I think it's a little misleading.
Yeah.
I'm with Eric
Yeah.
on this one.
Dad.
Oh, she's grounded.
Oh, I mean, I'm 19 now. You can't ground
She's a
me.
grown woman. You
Yeah.
cannot
Right.
ground her anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, this has been a fun. It didn't. I didn't. It wasn't intended to be a.
Oh, that was attacking from start to finish,
a
Terry.
no.
That was. I feel attacked.
Uh, bigger builds. Everybody's on your
Bigger
side.
builds.
Bigger is
Yeah.
always better.
Those two I knew would be.
Yeah, right. For sure, because
They're
they're
the
part of
homies,
the big build crew. We both have very well built vehicles. But man, this has been so much fun, and thanks for being exactly what I hoped you would be, the the
Yeah.
the perfect representative of your kind.
I hope I represented it okay. I really don't have an unlimited budget. I really don't.
No, I no, and I think that's cool because that was the right choice for you in your life at that time was to get overkill,
Yeah.
and
It hit perfectly.
100%. And every time, it's. I remember the first time you and I went wheeling together, and we're sitting there eating lunch, and your Jeep's a foot taller than mine, and we talk about big build envy. Um, but it inspired me, and going out with you inspired me to build mine where it is now. And now when they're parked next to each other, yours is still way cooler, but they're not far from each other in height at all.
That's true. They're not.
So,
A little wider, tires a little taller.
yeah, man, I'd kill for that scenario.
Brendan, credit cards are unlimited, right? Yeah, it's fake money. It's not real.
It's not real.
Dude, I got an email from my one credit card like, we increased your credit limit. I was like, can you please not do that?
No.
Because I don't want that.
Right.
Like, no, you pay on time. It's cool. And I'm like, stop. Don't do that to me.
That's right. All right. Court is now adjourned. Bailiff, please see everybody out. Our
Is
thanks.
Lex the bailiff?
Lex is the bailiff. Yeah. Get that dog out of here.
She wants to say hi.
She wants to say hi. Hey, baby.
It's a good Jeep dog, dude.
Come closer. Come closer.
It's a good Jeep dog.
There we go. Thanks, Coco. Yeah, she's a Jeep dog through and through. All right. Thanks, Eric, for coming on here and making this show quite excellent. I appreciate it.
I don't think I pulled my weight tonight. I think I just was defending. I was like dodging,
put you
catching
on the
strays
defense
the
right
whole
away.
goddamn time.
Yeah.
Smarter builds.
Our thanks to Armorlight.
How dare you? How dare you?
Tyree, Oracle, everybody else that kind of helps us throughout the year. New Jersey Jeep Invasion, thank you for everything you do. And in 2 weeks, we will have our drawing for a 3-day pass to the New Jersey Jeep Invasion. Everybody,
can I tell you a quick story before you head off? I'm going to keep you up as late as I can.
Yeah,
it's only 10:20.
Oh my
Terry.
God.
So I'm on Reddit and I read stuff on Reddit, and I don't comment a whole bunch on Reddit. Like, I just kind of read and look at stuff. Yeah, dude. Just cash that 401k out, dude. You only live once, man. You can't die with it. So something popped up, and it was like in r/Jeep. And it was like, hey, I was taking out my carpet to do rhino lining, and what is this hole in the side of my Jeep? And it was a JK. And I got on and I started reading comments, and I'm like, dude, do not rhino line your Jeep. Like, stop. I was like, there's a thing called Armorlight.
Yeah.
And I said it in a non-jerky way, but like, truly one of my favorite things in my Jeep is the Armorlight system that I have, the flooring. And so I think I sold 2 Armorlights that day.
Right.
It's like over the weekend, just sitting on the couch, like, dude, just check this out. Here's a video of it going in my Jeep. I did not say that it was in my Jeep, but it was an install video in my Jeep. I was like, just go check this out. It's literally everything you want, but more.
Right.
Like, do you want to cook your legs? Cool. Get rhino liner. I mean, there's nothing wrong with rhino liner, but like, again, you're spending almost as much as an Armorlight system for the wrong thing.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
I just wanted to say that. I was very proud that I sold. I should have given them the discount code. Maybe I'll go back and give them the Jeep Life
discount code. There you go. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate it so much. Until next time, here's a Jeep wave to you.
Bye, Terry. Bye, Adam.
Hey, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And if everybody signs a petition, we'll get Eric on here more often, and I'll figure out other ways to pick on him.
I just couldn't let Justin have all the glory, man. That's it.
Man, he was so awesome.
He did such a good job.
Yeah. So awesome.
Man, now I have the hiccups at the end of the show.
Bye, everybody.